I kind of like what Dali said in an interview once. He was like, well, I'm an actor, I'm a photographer, I'm a painter, I'm a blah, blah, blah. Somebody that creates, just creates. Like I build, I make props, I paint, I do all kinds of other things. But in order to sell, you need to narrow it down because people that are not artists, it sort of scares them. Hey, my name's Olivier. I'm a street artist from France originally, and I've lived in the UK for about 20-something years. Well, when I studied at art college, we sort of learned all sorts of, like the basics of art, really, like the computer drawing, the basics of primary colors. So that would have been about 10 years of like sketching before I actually did my first wall. I was actually doing portable market, where I was doing like custom clothes and stuff like that. And then people started asking me, oh, could you paint my friends onto a t-shirt, onto that? And then that developed into doing walls and stuff. I do airbrushing, I use brushes, I use everything, but spray cans is like, it's the most fun. It's really, really cool. I like anything creative. I like sculptures, I like paintings, I like all kinds of things. The things I don't like is it's like when you see an artist that's just got no skill and have to complement what they're doing with a story. It doesn't matter if I like the piece, it could be a graffiti or street art, whatever. It doesn't matter if I like it or not, but I need to see skill. If I see skill, I like the piece. So today I did a lady jumping. What you do is you create a doodle, you do numbers, letters, whatever you want, and then on your phone, you use different apps to superimpose the picture of what you want to paint with the numbers and the doodles, whatever, on top of each other. And this way allows you to be very accurate. Basically, you do a good painting with a good picture. So you need to start with a good picture, a strong picture. And then after, it sort of goes with a color scheme. Because my color scheme now is mainly gray. So this is the most important thing when you're painting. Whether you're cooking, painting, any types of creating, the most important thing you need to do is to get into the flow, into the vibe, you know, call it whatever. You know, when you're driving and you're not thinking of clutch, accelerator kind of thing, you're just thinking of anything else but. And when you're painting and you're in the flow, you're just thinking about the music you're listening or whatever, you know, and this is the most important thing, and it's the most difficult thing when you're painting in the street because people are constantly interrupting you, and that's why I really like the work, and people have been saying that, you know, they enjoyed it. So Leake Street is probably the worst. It's the most accessible. You got loads of walls. If it rains, you can come here, it's all cool. But then also loads of people come here, and loads of people are always like asking you things or whatever. When you paint in other places, saying like Stockwell, or if you're painting for a client or in another country or whatever, and there's not so many people, it's a lot easier. Also, when you're in the street, not this, it's also easier too, because people for some reason don't tend to really get into your business. I mean, I don't mind chatting to people, it's cool, but at a certain time, like if I'm right in the middle, it's difficult. And maybe that's why I don't really call myself a street artist, because that's the part I like the least. I much prefer be by myself, create on a big wall, my music, you know, my coffee, all that, you know, that's cool. So yeah, I prefer to work alone. I like to work for the right clients. Like I've worked for private clients that have been great. Sometimes the bigger the company, or if it's a celebrity, then they'll want loads of pictures of like in between, and they'll want this and that, so they're a bit more demanding. But being a full-time artist is not the easiest job you can do, but it's one of the most rewarding, one of the most fun thing you can do. Yeah, I don't see myself doing any other jobs. This is my thing. I love it.